When most people think of Bible prophecy, they imagine a lot of talk about the end of the world or the return of Christ. To be sure, those are recurring themes in the Bible, but the most common role of a prophet is just to speak uncomfortable truths to God's people, whether it be the churches or the children of Israel in the Old Testament. John the Baptist was, for example, the greatest prophet in the Bible up until Jesus arrived. But he is neither known for doing anything miraculous nor for making predictions, apart from his announcement that the Messiah had arrived. Jesus said that the weakest person in the kingdom would need to be a better prophet than John, who was mostly known for his willingness to speak the truth to powerful leaders at the expense of his own life in the end, and for his extremely rough lifestyle, wearing animal skins and eating things like grasshoppers just to stay alive. This should be a comfort to those of us who are preparing to live outside the system when the mark of the beast comes in, and for those of us who have been condemned by just about every church that has come into contact with us. What prophets have said to the people of God has almost always been unpopular, especially amongst the religious hierarchy. As a consequence, the religious establishment has almost universally rejected them, sometimes quite violently. Jesus was very clear about that. The crucifixion of Jesus is the most amazing illustration of that principle, where he was tortured to death just for having upset the religious status quo. It was the respectable religious establishment who had Jesus killed, and they mostly managed to do so secretly, using other people to do their dirty work, while they appeared to be highly respectable, nice people, like most religious leaders continue to do today. This channel is continuing to win enemies faster than we are winning supporters. But that is the way it must be in a world that has already almost universally rejected Jesus. We need to get used to it, and anyone who hopes to support us in what we are saying will need to get used to it too. The gospel of the kingdom of heaven must be preached in all the world before Jesus returns, and we pretty much need to start from scratch, given that the gospel that has mostly gone out into the world is just the truncated gospel with the teachings of Jesus left out. As a consequence, it has become more or less just one more religious organization in a world full of religious organizations, all teaching respectability and all vying for greater control of the masses. There is almost nothing in what is being said by the mainstream that ever results in people studying the teachings of Jesus for ways to obey him. So let that be our job, no matter how unpopular it may appear to be. We must get the teachings of Jesus out to the world. And when we have succeeded in doing that, then the end can come. Amen.